We're back on the road.
We are out on the road. The long road.
How long are we here for?
The never-ending road.
Never-ending road. This is day one of a 6-week trip. So excited.
Home is behind. The world is ahead.
Yes.
Tolkien.
You did say I had hobbit feet the other day.
This is a well-known fact.
So we are at West Stow car park at the moment, and very quiet. We were the only van here, and it's been very pleasant. There's a bit of road noise from the road just across the way there. But
Heathland with woods nearby.
Yeah, and I'd stop here again. Absolutely I would. It's free. And now we are off on the big adventure. We are heading up to Derbyshire. Derbyshire? Derbyshire.
That's the furthest we've ever been in the van.
Yeah. So.
After, 4 months of trial runs at weekends?
Yes.
Proper run.
Yeah.
Off we go.
Off we go. Yay!
So here we go on our big trip 2024, which is going to take over 2,400 miles over 38 days.
And we had absolutely no idea what living in the van full time for 5.5 weeks would really be like.
We've only had the van for about 4 or 5 months, and we've never travelled such a distance in it, or for more than just a few days at a time. Our first stop on the way up the country was a stone circle on Stanton Moor in the Peak District called the Nine Ladies Stone Circle.
We parked in Birchover Road car park and started out on the 20-minute walk to the circle. The first walk of our trip.
We barely started the walk when we came across a huge boulder which it looked like decades ago somebody had decided to knock some pegs into and turn into a bit of a climbing wall.
And Dave didn't hesitate to climb it. What did you find at the top?
Well, it's very interesting. There's something interesting at the top. But I can't tell you what it is. You've got to get up there and have a look yourself.
It was an exceptionally windy walk across the moorland, which was, despite the overcast day, very colourful with all the pink heather.
As we approached the Nine Ladies, we realised that we weren't going to have the Nine Ladies all to ourselves. With a flask of tea and coffee, we sat watching some very intriguing behaviours.
I don't know for sure what they were doing, but I think it's all something to do with energies and meditation. Did you feel any energies whilst we were there?
Not all energies are measured in watts. I'm sure they had something going on. The Nine Ladies Stone Circle dates back to the Bronze Age. It's about 11 metres in diameter, and it's said to depict 9 ladies or witches that were turned to stone as punishment for dancing on a Sunday. But it's more likely to be an ancient ceremonial site of some sort.
After our cuppa, we continued our walk to the rather exposed top of Stanton Moor, with some lovely views across the fields. And then we walked back through a small woodland area, which was rather striking and littered with some quarried rocks.
Continuing on our way, we travelled a further 17 miles through Derbyshire to find our park up for the night.
I always hate this bit because I really worry about finding a space or what the site will actually be like when we get there.
It was a little overcast, but luckily we found a spot at the side of the road on the dale with views of Higger Tor.
It's a bit windy, isn't it?
It's a bit gusty, yes.
Bit gusty.
And this time it's not you.
Oh, thanks for that. How did you find the roads getting here? Were they a bit twisty?
They're a bit up and downy.
Yeah.
And a bit twisty. And a bit narrow too.
Yeah.
And some of them are slipping off the side of the mountain.
It's certainly not like driving around Suffolk, Norfolk and Lincolnshire, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's a bit more up and downy than that.
Oh.
A bit more scenic too.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the view we've got out the window. It's absolutely beautiful, and I don't know if you can hear on the camera or not, but it's very, very windy, isn't it?
It is quite windy. Yeah, I mean it's moving the van a bit.
But when I finish cooking dinner, if it's still light, I'll go outside and do a few pictures because it's pretty. A bit bleak today, but pretty.
Having whipped up a quick and easy van meal for dinner, we settled in for the night.
We were on a very exposed ridge, and the winds, although they only averaged about 38 miles per hour, which isn't huge, they sounded pretty high in the van and continued right through the night. So we both had a rather broken night's sleep that night.
It's August and we're going for a walk and wearing woolly hats.
Yeah, but it is Peak District.
Yeah. Well, we're going to attempt to climb Higger Tor. I don't know if I'll make it, but you will.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
It is a bit windy out there and a bit chilly.
The looming steps of this climb really didn't fill me with joy.
As we climbed, we realised it wasn't as steep nor as high as it looked.
It was a really easy walk actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
The cloudy skies cleared to blue, but looks are deceiving.
It was still quite cold and blustery. The plateau on top was home to some impressive gritstone boulders.
How did they get up there?
Probably dropped there by giants, I expected.
There are some really steep slopes and drops at the top of the Tor. I turned around at one point and I genuinely thought Dave had fallen off the ledge.
We were on the southwest edge of the plateau, looking down across the valley and so on, and there's quite a steep drop there. And as I looked down at all these rocks that tumbled down from the plateau down this steep embankment, I saw some very, very round rocks. And as I looked, I realised that they were perfectly round, and there's several of them. And I just thought, well, they can't be natural, they can't be real, what are they doing there? So I climbed down to have a look. And sure enough, they're actual man-made, perfectly round millstones, and there's more than one down there. So I was just very curious to know how on earth millstones could end up in what looks like a natural fall of rocks from the plateau. And I still have no idea. So if anybody can tell us, let us know in the comments.
Windswept and hungry, we drove a further 2 miles into Hathersage.
We picked up some lunch from the bakery and took a walk through Goose Nest Woods. Close up with the filming.
Don't fall
In
in.
the river.
Don't fall in.
This is quite unusual.
Why is that unusual?
This is straight out of Middle Earth, this little path here. Ambushed by dark riders any minute.
Well, you've got your Middle Earth t-shirt on today.
You've got the river on the right, no escape, a steep bank on the left, almost like the one that they hid under when the Nazgul came and was sniffing around for them.
It's very, very pretty. Oh, it's a little bench to have a little rest. I'm alright for now, though, are you?
Alright.
Cool.
The walk along the south bank of the river was just a couple of miles long and led us to the River Derwent stepping stones.
That's you on the screen. And these are the stepping stones. I might have to go down a bit. No, that's up. Yeah.
I'll hold the camera then and you can set off across.
No,
them.
you have to set off across.
I have to?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go and test them for you. And then when I get to the other end, I'll let you know if
There's
they're
one
okay.
there that looks a bit difficult.
Oh, it's a bit wobbly. It's like walking on the pavement there. Not a problem at all. That one.
Yeah.
Follow. There's a step across there.
Yeah.
Between that one going in that gap.
Hey! Might paddle my feet.
Mandy? No, look at me.
No, I need to concentrate.
Are you ready?
Yes, but I need to
You're ready?
concentrate. I'm a bit unsteady on my feet and I'm tired.
Oh. You're doing it.
These ones are easy.
Yeah.
Less so.
It's like a pavement, isn't it?
No, this one's a bit...
See? Piece of cake, no bother.
Yeah, but I just don't want to do that big jump.
It's not really that big a jump. Go to the one that's out of line at least.
Yeah, I can't jump that.
Go on to the one that's out of line.
I can't jump that, it's too big.
You don't have to jump that one to get to the one that's out of line, to your right. Now what angle's going to catch the splash best? This angle or...? No, this angle will catch the splash better. No, the other one's not too bad.
No, that is it.
That is it, is it?
That is it.
That's your lot.
Don't mind taking my shoes off and having a paddle. That would be fun.
We'll do it across the gap then. Have a little paddle across the gap.
Yeah, I'm going to take my shoes off first because I'm afraid I'll drop them in the river.
Oh no, we're going to crash. Oh, it's quite fast flowing, really, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It is very
I
clear.
absolutely want to put my feet in there.
It's very calm and smooth on that
Yeah.
side, and on this side there's loads of ripples and rocks.
And it sounds so pretty as well.
It is, it's babbling. Did you say it's babbling?
Right out of my face. Why do you have to put it right in my face? Can you not step back a step?
Trying to make a nice video.
But my face is horrible.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's the only one you've got.
Exactly. I'm just starting to love my turtleneck.
I did paddle my toes.
And no one fell in. We drove 6 miles west to our next park up in Castleton on Old Mam Tor Road.
What day are we on?
Day N. That's a mathematical trick for not actually giving the day a number, just saying a number.
This is day 2.
Oh, okay.
This will be our
N
third.
equals 2.
This will be our third night. And
Third night, yes.
we are in
Castleton.
Castleton, and
Yeah, Mam Tor.
it's stunning, and it is a really nice day. It's been a lovely evening. We've had a lovely day out today. We climbed Higger Tor wearing bobble hats. Well, I did. You didn't put your hat on, did you? You're too cool to wear hats.
I just look terrible wearing a hat.
I look terrible wearing a hat, but you know.
No, you just look silly. That's fine. That suits you.
I'd rather wear a hat than be cold, to be quite honest with you. And so I wore a hat and gloves this morning, and then this afternoon I was wearing sun cream and summer tops. So it was really nice. How are you finding the long trip so far?
I'm just getting into my stride. Just getting into the stride of having many more cups of tea every day and having a couple of walks every day.
But we've drunk hardly any tea. This is only my 3rd cup of coffee and it's almost 5 o'clock. That's unheard of for me.
I'll get another one then.
I probably will, just to keep me going.
You said you were going to have tea.
Yeah, only if there's water hot. I'm not going to boil the kettle again, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was windy up by Higger Tor last night on top of the ridge. 40-mile-an-hour winds.
The van was like this all night.
It was the rattling.
And then it was rattles, and there was like wind whistles. And I didn't video it, did I? I should have done. But you wouldn't have got the full effect anyway, even if I had. But it was really, really, really windy up there. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're brave, because it was quite a noisy night's sleep, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was a bit noisy. Not the best night's sleep.
Earplugs be a good
Yeah.
idea.
Try that
But it was
next time.
quiet enough.
Well, I've also worked out we can actually jam the roof vents, and they won't rattle then. That would improve things a lot.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Because the whistling, I think, wouldn't be as disruptive as the rattling.
This park up had just amazing views of the countryside. It was midweek and there were a fair number of vans and motorhomes there as well, but there was still plenty of space.
After dinner, we had a wander around Castleton.
Oh, there's the castle right up there on the hill there.
Lovely view.
Yeah.
Must have had a commanding view of the town at the time.
I expect they did. Crikey. There's something about buildings when you come up north, they're all very blackened.
Yeah. So that was day 2 of our big trip 2024, and it had gone very nicely. Little did we imagine what we were going to wake up to on day 3.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemical